So that's that, huh?
Yeah, well, Melchior's still on the run, which does bug me. But the authorities and the guild have taken out all their bases, and secured any routes that could be used to flee the country. Their partners in crime are being taken care of too, right?
Indeed, the Gralsritter and Iscariot have put aside their differences for now, to pursue the gardens. Several Jaegers, including those of Ikaruga, and even the Society have also been working toward that end.
Meanwhile, Heiwei and Marduk spearheaded the effort to expose all of Almada's connections. I believe their findings, which reveal a number of associates, have since been sold to the CID.
That's quite a lot.
Man, Gen and Sao never miss a beat.
Abby and the rest of our people have been hard at work with Eisenshield too.
As for the nuclear weapon, we don't need to worry about that either. Professor Hamilton and the other disciples supervised its disassembly, so it's no longer a threat. Professor Callahan isn't believed to have made any more, and the Mafia won't be capable of making more themselves anytime soon.
Even if the one sword capable of detonating them was still in their possession, they would still need a device to be detonated. I might add that Calvert is aiding the congregation for the sacraments in going through and clearing the rubble that was once Vashtar Palace. They expect to have finished the task and found that sword together with the halberd and armor artifacts by mid-next month.
None of them can be used by anyone but their rightful owner anyway, right? I guess once that's wrapped up, we'll be able to say this whole thing's well and truly over.
I suppose so, yes. To think we've persevered through so much.
We sure have.
I'm still worried about Melchior, though. Just to me, it's strange how no one seems to have any idea where he is.
I still can't believe what he did to his own boss. I don't know if I'll ever be able to understand how that guy thinks. Not that I want to.
Psychopath does psychopathic things. News at 11. Just how it is. I wish I could have taken revenge on the last asshole responsible for my bro's deaths, but can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that one to the Oathbreakers people. They say you gotta fight poison with poison. Now it's time to see if he'll live up to that old saying.
Right, but at least now, the world can finally be at ease.
So, now that we've dealt with Almada, things should be back to business as usual before long. There's still gonna be plenty on our plates, especially in the short term. But it's about time you guys started thinking about whether or not you want to keep working here. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that you should be thinking about this stuff. The Revolution Festival's in 3 days, and we're gonna be drowning in work until then for sure. Been a while since we could focus on 4 SPGs and Edith, so hope you're ready to dive in soon as breakfast is done.
Yeah, just tell me what you want. No, this is all wrong. This isn't who I am. This isn't me.
I was right all along. I found it. Seems my work here is now done.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah! Agnes gave me the Western one. They're supposed to be the same edition, but there's a bunch of little differences between their contents and viewpoints. It's been really eye-opening comparing them, even if there's also lots of stuff I don't really understand. I was thinking the same thing. So, Aaron promised to give me his old copy. You know, before I met you, I barely left the village. Most of my life was spent inside of it. But Ida wasn't kidding when she talked about how big the outside world is. Even if I dedicated my entire life to studying, I doubt I could learn all there is to know about it. No, I totally get where you're coming from. The timing is right. Now that Almada's gone, I feel like I've been able to avenge Ida's death. It sounds like Abi's willing to forgive me for disobeying his orders, too. I also miss Umi, my mom, and my siblings Lana and Camille, to tell you the truth. But I've also gotten used to living in Calvert, and I have a lot of fun at Sunday school. And more than anything else, I'd be really sad to say goodbye to you and everyone here. I guess you're right. You really think I could be like V? Yeah, I think so too. Still, I never even considered becoming a bracer. Is it okay if I think more about it? Okay.
Hello, Van.
Oh, is it time to go already? Yeah, they don't have complete free will, but they do have a networked sense of self. Zeros is the same. They're around the same quality as those combat shells in the Empire, from what I understand. The other mare is leagues ahead of them on a technical scale, but Hades knows how long it'll take humanity to make something similar. Oh, absolutely. We're talking singularities here. Still, we know it's theoretically possible. That was proven by what happened behind the scenes 2 years ago. You've heard all about that, I assume. I'd like to help the professor with her work at some point, even if I don't feel like I'm quite ready yet. Still, I'd rather finish things here before moving on to something else. Working here has been incredible for broadening my horizons too, so I think continuing my studies here would be more than worth its while. Basel has patently more in the way of facilities, but the Orbital network is lightning quick these days. It's even helped me attend lectures at the Institute remotely, so it hasn't been half as inconvenient as I was expecting. Being here will also let me take part in the project to upgrade the network currently in use in Edith and the surrounding area. Though at some point, I'd really like to broaden my studies at the Epstein Foundation, ZCF, and Rhineford. What? Who are you, Aaron? You're probably right. It's nice how she always worries. Still, are you sure you aren't gonna need my help after this month? Almada might be out of the picture, but the issue of the Genesis is still ongoing. And there's still a lot we don't know about Mare, the Grendel, or Marduk either. Then there's whatever Yang, Professor Cronkite, is working on with the President. That's so random. And don't think I didn't notice you patting me on the head.
You've become very red, Katra.
My temperature is perfectly normal, thank you very much.
Oh, Mr. Arkwright. Yes, we've been able to pinpoint groups related to them, their dummy corporations, and other illegal channels. I admit to some surprise at just how far outside of Calvard their reach spreads. But Marduk has largely decontaminated the areas over which it has influence. I suspect you would be on the winning side of that bet. Between the war against the Empire and the Tower and Crossbell appearing soon after, feels like too much is happening too fast in CMRRA. As other countries seek to catch up with the Republic and its latest innovations, Zyphas, assault frames, I imagine the need for Marduk's services will only expand going forward. I am but a humble concierge. Nothing more, nothing less. My focus for the foreseeable future remains supporting you, Mr. Arkwright, be that with Mare or with your stun caliber. I could do most of my work remotely as I did before, of course, but I am now aware of just how much more inefficient that is. Well, I suppose I do. Though I would like to believe I'm making a fair contribution irrespective of that. It's nothing, really. I was only thinking that I might not be able to help you from next month onward after all. You see, next month will mark 1 year since I was given this body, and it's about time it was given some thorough maintenance. Depending on matters here and the overall project status, I might have to return to my former environment. In that event, I would have no choice but to revert to assisting you remote. So you have an inkling as to what that former environment was? What gave it away? Was it something about the way I work? No, I suppose there isn't any point in me knowing. Please, don't misunderstand. As you're aware, Marduk is a logical, impartial corporation. So long as I keep demonstrating I can provide value to them, I don't doubt they will keep letting me use this body. In that regard, our relationship is quite equitable. I even plan to purchase it from them if all goes well. It most certainly is costly, but with my salary, I think it's possible that I could have enough MIRA saved in a few years. My current arrangement here earns me even more than my remote work did, too. So I would like to keep at it as long as possible. Well, I can't give you a specific number since that's classified information. But about enough to buy an Etois entry-level sedan?
What? You come to talk about that cold bunk you said to the kiddos? If it was gonna eat away at you, you shouldn't have said it in the first place. Looks lame when a dad past his prime sulks over his teenage kids. Sure do. I'm a born and bred Longport boy, and I always will be. But I've only been here for 3 months. That's barely enough time to miss me. So unless I've got some specific reason to head back, I'm staying put. And I wouldn't mind going to a few other places, like Crossbell or Arabonia. Hell, I'd even put Eastern CMRRA on the table. Knock it off with the my baby's growing up vibe. Oh, And let's get one thing straight. Me staying in the capital doesn't mean I'm gonna be at your beck and call. If the girls left and this place turned into a total sausage fest, I don't even want to think about how sad a sight that'd be. You mean that tyrant? Yeah, nothing there. Yen can call me a reincarnation all he wants, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm as me as I can be. I decide what I want to do with my life, not some dusty old relic from the ancient past. And what's that supposed to mean? Don't be such a freaking creep. Anyway, get lost so I can have my fun. Though, if you don't mind waiting to kick some ass on the clock, that'll give me time to go tap some ass off the clock.
So you're going back to your apartment?
Yeah, I guess that's the plan. I must have worried you sick, huh? It looks like Buzz Raiders finally given up on their stupid obsession with me, so it seems safe enough to live there again.
There's been so much going on lately that I'm sure they've got bigger fish to fry now. Oh, you're fine. I've actually been wanting to thank you for helping out Judith for a while now. Please pass on my regards to everyone else as well, including the family who runs the bistro.
Now hold your horses! I'm the one who's been helping him out, so why is he the one getting thanked?
Because I'm sure that you just weaseled your way into his trips outside the capital without taking no for an answer. I don't know all you've been up to, but I do know that you were able to return in one piece thanks to Arkwright Solutions' efforts. And with how much I respect you as my senior in the industry, I think it's only natural for me to want to say thank you.
So you respect me that much, huh? I mean, not that it isn't perfectly natural for you to respect me, of course. She's become such a sassy little thing. She was so cute and polite when she first started out, but look at her now. All that success must be going to her head. It's not late, but it's not really early either. I started acting at 14 myself. A lot of actors and actresses get their first roles when they're children even, which just goes to show how much of an unusual case she is. She ended up going from a rookie to a top actress in 3 years, which is just crazy. I didn't realize you knew your way around different acting techniques. I agree with you, too. Her performance in Wolf's Requiem was amazing, but Gloria just blew me away. Boy, she's 4 years my junior, and already she's nipping at my heels. She's sure not making it easy to stay top dog. But I say bring it on. I don't plan to go down without a fight. You better watch your darn mouth. And while I'm at it, I think what you said earlier was pretty out of line, too.
So, now that we've dealt with Almada, things should be back to business as usual before long. But it's about time you guys started thinking about whether or not you want to keep working here.
Wow, I didn't expect you to outright admit it. Then... Well, no, but that's not the same thing. I inherited my techniques from my mom and hers before her. And while they might not be legal, I still think the world needs... Oh, I get you now. I don't know what your secret is, but you've got something you don't want people to get involved in too, huh? Or I guess, something you can't afford to let them get involved in. But I really don't want to give this place up. Well, I've got my next film's premiere coming up, so I'll go back to my old place before the festival, at least. I just wish I didn't have a bunch of stuff to report to Mom and Grammy first.
As you well know, I shouldn't even be alive right now. I've decided to make the most of this chance, to try things I couldn't even imagine in my previous life, and have found myself rather enjoying them. The magazines you used to read were quite inspirational, if I'm being honest. Indeed. He may be a man of few words, but he is an honorable, just, and determined one, capable of seeing the greater picture. Rank-and-file armed monks trust him, so I would be confident in Iscariot's handling of matters, if he were the only one they answer to. However... Correct. They took up their post after my retirement, so I've never met them. I believe their identity is considered a top secret, even among the Congregation for Divine Worship, to whom the Papal Guard also answers. I suspect only a small number of people know who they are. Several hundred Iscariot monks, the cardinals of the Congregation for Divine Worship, the commander of the Gralsritter, and the Pope. Whoever they are without a doubt the Congregation's wild card. It's far too late to be caring about such things, my young friend. Still, whether they are criminal or legal, your old friends or your assistants, I genuinely believe that the more people you know and interact with, the better. Who we meet shapes who we become. Be these relationships fortunate or foul, we are all the more human because of them. Surely the past 5 years have taught you this. There are things in life you cannot avert your eyes from, no matter how hard you try. Whether you can realize that fundamental truth is down to you, Van.
Okay, that should do it. Oh, Van, is it almost time to go? I was told there's more to him sleeping in the sun than just imitating dogs, too. He can turn the sun's rays into orbital energy. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm starting to feel the pressure, to tell you the truth. The end of April still feels like a long ways off now, but I know it'll be here before we know it. I was able to attend last year's festival just after enrolling, and there was just so much to see and do over those 3 days. It was hard to believe that the whole event was planned and executed by students alone, even if quite a lot of them did take part. The other student council members and I are a little worried about that. So you did attend Aramis then? Just like Elaine and Mr. Kincaid. I see. Of course, after getting to know you so well, I can imagine that whatever you organized for it was anything but typical. I'm sure Elaine was less than impressed with it, while Mr. Kincaid thought it would be funny and thoroughly approved, even though he probably shouldn't have. I should have known. You were pushing the boundaries of legality even as a teenager. So the festival came to a close, and the student council elections were held in May. That's when Elaine became the next president. And when you dropped out, I assume. You did it without warning, too. Without so much as a single discussion with anyone beforehand. So, how right am I? Well, I know the average school year at Aramis, so I just put 2 and 2 together after seeing the way you talk to them. That, and these last few months have also done wonders for my personal growth. I used to be this shy little girl who was afraid to leave her comfort zone. Someone who couldn't even speak her mind to the one family member she wished she could the most. But now, I feel like a whole new me. I can walk a little further, and have learned to say what's in my heart. I have everyone here to thank for that. But most of all, I have you to thank for that. stop. I doubt that'll be the case. Though there is one person I wish would pay a bit more attention to me. Nothing. I was just thinking that I still have a long road ahead of me.
So with everybody's resolve fully reassured, it is now time to get down to business only on my latest episode of the Legend of Heroes Trials Through Daybreak series. I'm ShadowStar91, and in today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go around the city of Edith, checking out all these red exclamation markers that might appear around the city, whilst undertaking any and all possible 4 SPGs along the way. And if there are any main story quests to be completed, then we will be undertaking that as well if we have time. Alright then, so I'm just patrolling around Old Town at the moment, just to double check any and all of the vendors to make sure that I have everything that I need and everything's up to date. And I believe there is one more vendor for us to...
Say, why not?
Alright, so there was nothing at that vendor, so let's head on over to the bulletin board and see what kind of 4 SPG we have starting us off today. And again, if anybody wants to read any of the pop-up text or 4 SPG pop-ups that appear on the screen, feel free to hit the pause button and then hit the play button to resume the video once you're done reading everything on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Alright then, so we'll focus on this 4 SPG before we gather or collect another one. So let's go and head on over to this Zora individual to see what kind of job she has for us. So let's get right down to it, shall we?
Commencing mission.
Okay, so the mother's attitude is slightly concerning, and if we do encounter the father at some point during this 4SPG, I'm definitely curious to see his reaction as well. But let's head on upstairs to this Curtis's room to see if we can find anything out of the ordinary, shall we? So, from what we've just discussed, there are two locations that we can go to whilst we're still here in Old Town, and that is to Montmartre to have a word with the husband, and of course to the woman who runs the vendor right opposite Montmartre. But here's the husband. Before we go and encounter the husband, we're going to go have a chat with the old geezer that runs the vendor. So here we are. Let's see what she has to say about Curtis buying these things. I certainly agree with the old geezer that the mother is overreacting over nothing, but we need more information to go on before we make our final conclusion. But here's the husband. Let's see what he has to say about everything that's going on, shall we? the father is definitely the same as the mother. They're both overreacting over nothing. But before we head on over to the bookstore, we're heading over to the cinema or movie theater to watch a movie so I can increase the connection rank of everybody. But during the daytime, you have to select people from the Arkwright Solutions office, and if you go watch a movie during the night, then you have a chance at a random encounter. Let's see. I need to think about this one. Yeah, first one's going to be Beauregard, and the other one, I think, yeah, it's going to be Catch Up because we need to get their rank. We need to get their connection ranks up. So here we go. 3 tickets for the movie Rainfall. Let's go and enjoy a cinematic experience, shall we?
You want to break it off? Just like that?
Oh, come on. It was just a bit of a fling, right? Just 2 lonely people trying to feel less lonely for a while. I'm studying abroad and you're moving back to your main office. It's like Adios herself planned for us to separate.
Fine, I get it. Guess this is it then. You better make those dreams of yours come true.
Of course I will. Who do you think you're talking to,
Yeah, I know. Well, take care, Mia.
You take care too, Will. Thanks for a wonderful time. Why'd it have to rain? Damn it, Will. Couldn't you tell these were tears?
I'm glad the Catra's connection rank leveled up, but I definitely need to work on getting Beauregard's connection meter and rank up because that was very little how much it increased. But before we head on over to the bookstore, I was just checking out the vendor at the restaurant. Nothing of import there. And now we're heading over to the cafe, as you can see, because I want to double check everything here, and nothing of import there. So let's head on over to the bookstore to get back on the trail of Curtis to see if we can actually track him down.
Can we talk?
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's head on over to the Ober district for a wander and find Albert, see if he can point us in the right direction. So we've got his location, and we got ourselves another sub-event or blue exclamation marker. Oh, there's Ren. I wonder what she's talking about over here. Glad to see that Ren and company are keeping busy preparing for whatever events around the corner. Is this her very first time entering the country of Calvard? And the reason why I'm asking this, ladies and gentlemen, is because I've mentioned this in previous episodes for this series of mine. This is actually my very first entry or venture into the Legend of Heroes Trials franchise or Trials games. I am aware of the existence of others, plus the remake for the very first entry of this franchise. But the Legend of Heroes Trials through Daybreak, which I'm playing now, is actually my very first entry, so this is the only one I know I am learning the story for as I progress throughout the game. The others, I have not gone anywhere near them, so I have no idea what is going to happen or what happens. And if I do bring them to the channel at a later date, I will be going into it with a blind perspective, so no spoilers in the comment section, please.
The interior is also quite beautiful, and it's such a soothing place to be in.
I wonder what exactly is going to happen when we enter this room for the blue exclamation markers then.
That shouldn't mean we cannot take a
Well
look
then, without
around.
further ado, let's enter the room. I'm still surprised there is no option for us to start a fight with that prick in the white coat. I mean, what exactly is his problem? I mean, ugh. The woman in the black and red, she's kind of reasonable, but she's still a hot-headed, tempered, arrogant bitch. Ugh, getting a headache just thinking about it. But let's get back on track. Aha, there's Albert. Oh, we got to go through this talk option before we can actually ask him about Curtis. For once, I'm actually agreeing with Albert. What the hell is this Lyle student actually thinking? Oh my god. Let's try not to rack our brains around that. So let's get back down to business. So Albert, what can you tell us about Curtis? That was definitely some very good information. Now let's track down this drug dealer that was mentioned. Here's hoping that we can actually get some useful information out of this jackass without rousing too much suspicion. How the hell did Curtis even find out about the Blacklight District, and how the hell did he even wander down here? But at least we don't have to go very far to find him. Aha, found you, you little snot-nosed brat. So our two options are bring up their family bonds or recommend a divorce. You know what? We're recommending a divorce, given how the parents have been acting towards us and towards their son.
And with that, the case is closed.
Reward deposited.
I'm just glad that the recommended divorce option actually did work. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we're officially in the Riverside district once again, just to clean up some red exclamation markers that might be lingering. And our first stop will be none other than Bermati's bar, as you can see. So, Bermati, what have you got for us? That bit of information is definitely something worth noting and keeping drilled in our heads. But next up in the Riverside district, it will be the other side of the Riverside district. We've arrived at the Chappell, and I wonder who we're going. Oh, this Colossal, Sarah and Shahina. What are you doing over here? Massive congrats to both Sarah and Shahina for not only getting a part in director Gotti's next film, but for signing with an agency as well. Massive congratulations. But as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, we're officially back in Station Street, and we're not going to go talk with that green-haired, stuck-up, snobby prick. Our first stop is the Orbital Cafe. Nothing of import, nothing we can upgrade, and no other cipher slots we can unlock. Okay, so we're fully stocked up on all necessary healing items. Okay, so next we're heading... Okay, so we got not one but two red exclamation markers, and one of them just happens to be at the bulletin board. Let's see what kind of 4 SBGs we get, shall we? Or 4 SBG. Okay, I was not expecting 4 SBG for Dingo's Legacy. And we have a second. Another monster extermination request. All the way back at the Memorial Park? Okay then. So we have 4 SPGs to undertake. However, ladies and gentlemen, we will be heading over to meet Chief Editor Cunning, or whatever his name is, after we've explored the red exclamation marker at the Western Department Store, which name I have already forgotten. And before I forget, if anybody has missed any other of my The Legend of Heroes Trials Through Daybreak episodes, ladies and gentlemen, never fear, I have got you covered, because I will leave the playlist link in the video description down below for your viewing pleasure, so make sure you check it out when you get the chance. Just need to get my bearings for a second. I believe this is actually the very first time we've been able to explore on this roof area.
What'll you have today?
Gonna save what mirror I got, but Director Gotti, what the hell are you doing here? So, whilst we leave Director Gotti to deal with his disappointment from being rejected by Associate Professor Esmeralda and Second Lieutenant Kayla McKillen, I believe their names are. It's been a very hot minute since we last saw them. We are going to be venturing over to the Guildhall to see who exactly is around, and I also want to be nosy as well, before we head on over to the Orbital Cafe to go meet up with Melt's Chief Editor Cunning. Is there, aside from the receptionist, there's the newbie, Bracer Gray, but there's no one else around. So, without further ado, time to head on over to the Orbital Cafe. I wonder what kind of person he's going to be like. And we're going to be staying well clear of that incompetent, snobby prick, Detective Nate. So here's the person in question. Let's see what kind of job he has for us.
It's been some time since we last met, Dingo Brad. Though we did cross paths in Tharbad, albeit briefly. If we exclude that little encounter, I haven't seen you since your days as a mere informant in Messeldal.
Yeah, and you were still Enrique's second in command back then.
One meeting. We've already had one meeting. And I don't trust or like the guy. I mean, he pulls a bullshit move like that. Oh, we're going to need some more safeguards in next time we meet up with him. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've officially returned to the Memorial Park to deal with the monster extermination request that was left to us by the guild. So without further ado, let's get down to it, shall we? So its elemental weaknesses are fire and wind. Oh, thanks. We're not going to get that smell out of our clothes for weeks.
This is your chance for a
I'm
shot.
just glad that we have plenty of those elemental-based moves on hand. And a closer glance, it's actually reminding me of the plant creature that we had to deal with in the waterway system all the way back in Tharbad. 3 chapters ago, I believe. Wow, it's been that long. I'm just glad I was able to remember it.
Here goes.
Gonna try and conserve as much combat points as I possibly can.
Lanes. Activating drive.
Cypher, access. Deploying shield.
Haha, you missed. Alright, they're stunned.
Cypher activated.
And I also want to apologize if anybody does hear any long periods of silence during any of my videos, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to stay focused to destroy the enemies in front of me without messing up too much. I really do wish I had a method of granting more powerful arts moves. I'm probably being an idiot about it, that the methodology is quite simple and straightforward. I'm gonna have to look into it in my own time, but for now, let's just continue on with destroying this enemy. So then we can continue on with the hunt for Dingo's notebook. And I definitely agree with Van's logic. There's only one person in particular that can help us narrow down and locate Dingo's notebook, wherever the hell he's stashed it.
Here goes. Cypher activate.
We are so close, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you got it. I only just noticed the state on Ferry's energy point bar.
Don't screw with me!
Here goes. Cypher activate. Eat this.
Turn your back on me. How dare you? I shall make you pay for that.
Like how you are.
Here goes.
Cypher activate.
Initiating try.
Gonna be Plasma Sphere for the win? Yes, it is. Nice one, Aaron. Oh, nice. Agnes is leveled up.
Wow.
So is Aaron. And we found the Rebirth Arts Driver. And so that takes care of the monster extermination request from the guild. So both the grey and lore aspects of our morality triangle have increased, but yep. Meet the person in question who can help us locate Dingo's notebook, ladies and gentlemen. But it sucks we have to go through this bloody talk aspect first before we can actually discuss the topic of Dingo's notebook. Glad to see that all your hard work is paying off, despite all the years that you've been pestering Dingo. Alright then, here we go. Time to get down to business.
Hey, you guys? I want to go with you. Could I? Please?
Who knows? Maybe you'll get a peek at them one of these days. Although if I play my cards right, you should never have to.
Yeah, last thing we want with Marielle is another repeat of when we found her down in the Blacklight District last, where she was getting harassed by a bunch of let's call them small-time Jaegers. I could think of more definitive descriptions to fit the group that was harassing Marielle, but I'll leave them to your imagination, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so nothing from the vendors that are in port.
Hey, mister.
Yeah, the person they were talking about, I can't remember. We actually remember someone around here who fits that description, but I just gotta remember which way to go meet them. Jack and Hal down in the Blacklight District?
What'll it be?
I'm not gonna save my mirror because I really don't have enough. Ah, here we go. And here's the person in question. Alright then, time to get down to business. What kind of information you have for us? So we have rented a car, hitchhiked on a truck, taken a taxi, and ridden an orbital bike. However, my decision is going to be this. I'm going to be selecting taking a taxi because my logic is from an old TV show from the noughties where, in the second season, where they were discussing on how to catch someone, where they were trying to travel anonymously from one place to another, and paying by cash for taking a taxi would work instantly, where the others would pose very significant risks to getting identified. Yeah, the food stalls that Van just happened to so mention just happened to be located in the Side End district, and hence why we've officially returned to said district to track down the taxi driver in question. Here's hoping that he can actually put us on the, or keep us on the track to finding Dingo's notebook. Almost said Dindo then, but bloody hell. Brain is going into meltdown right now, ladies and gentlemen. There's some more red exclamation markers inside the hotel. Oh, we can actually get down to the underground car park. I was not expecting that. But it looks like there's nothing we can interact with down here, so let's head on. Let's head on back up to locate the taxi in question, and we just found it because I can see it in the distance. All right, let's investigate the taxi. Do all taxis have a checkered pattern like that, or am I just being an idiot once again, ladies and gentlemen? But we found the person in question. Let's see if he can help us out some. Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up about that, but we just need to go to the subway entrance in Old Town. I wonder if they can actually find the locker in question. But we'll probably soon find out because we've officially arrived at the subway entrance, ladies and gentlemen.
At this point, I've worked out how I'm going to get everything recorded, as well as how to leave these notes behind. Now comes the real showdown with him. It's going to be the biggest gamble I make as both a reporter and an information dealer. If, by some sheer miracle, I make it back in one piece, I'll absolutely be following up on those theories I've written about. I can already imagine the hell I'm in for with that dope of a Spriggan and that cub reporter. I really do worry about her. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's just part of the fun.
Dingo. Dingo!
You dumbass. Who's the real dope between us, huh?
That's a wrap.
Ha! Love to see it.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Those were some very detailed notes that Dingo had compiled. Kudos to him. However, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of The Legend of Heroes Trials Through Daybreak will be coming to a close. I really do hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please do myself a favor. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, along with the bell so you can receive notifications whenever I upload anything new to my channel. So join me next time, everybody, for when we pick up the action with this episode left off, where we get back on track with the main story quest. So until then, I've been Shadowstar91. Stay safe out there, take care, and I'll catch you all in the next episode of The Legend of Heroes Trials Through Daybreak. Bye-bye.